Hi guys, Tia Dwana here. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to do a really quick video on how to sew on a closure where the lace looks like this. It is the same as a regular 4x4 closure. It just has a little bit more lace on it. It doesn't have the where the perimeter of the lace doesn't have the folds, if that makes sense. I received this closure from my one of my clients, and I also see in some of the groups that I'm in where people are talking about what to do with these type of closures. It's basically just a regular closure. So to get into it, we're going to go ahead and put the closure on our cap, and you're just doing it as normal. The only thing that you would do is you're not paying attention really if the excess lace is flat. You're going to look at the perimeter, the hairline actually all around the closure, and you're looking at that a little bit more to make sure that that is actually flat and not the lace itself. You're just going to need more pins than what you would need on a regular closure. So if you see here, I'm doing this side first, and you see the hairline that's going down into the cap that is flat. So I'm going to go ahead and pin that down, and I'm going to pin it on the hair and not on the lace. I am going to, as you see, I am pulling the lace down as well and having that flat as well. So, and we're going to do that all around. And just like with any closure, you're still going to make sure that the hairline is pulled a little bit forward in front of the cap. So I'm going to put a pin right there as well to make sure when I'm sewing it down that the front of the hairline stays in front of the closure. Excuse me, I meant cap. You want to make sure that the hairline stays a little bit in front of the cap. So now that we have that down, I am double knotting my thread, and I'm going to go ahead and sew it down as normal on the lace. However, when I am sewing it, I should have got this part a little bit more, but when I'm sewing it, how can I explain it? I'm sewing it vertical. Like I'm sewing it in a straight line across, like you'll see at the end, I can't really explain it, but you see here where I went up on it. I'm not doing that. I started it off that way, but then I figure it'll just be a little bit more easier for me to go to make the lines vertical straight on the hairline. So I don't know if you can see it here, but I sewed it like in a straight line instead of putting the needle up or down, because some people sew down anyway, but I just went straight across as close to the hair as I can get. And here I'm just cutting off the excess lace, but you don't want to cut it off too much, but just enough to get rid of it all. But however you want to sew it, just sew it however you can sew it as normal. And here I'm just making my lines. The line right here that I'm making that's up on the hairline is where the last track is going to go. So you're going to just sew it as normal. You make your wig as normal. So now that we are at the top, and you see I still have the excess lace, my last weft is going to go there, and we're basically sewing it. We're going to attach it to the closure. As you can see here, the thread is going through both the lace on the actual closure where I sewed it in the beginning, and through the wefts. And in the beginning of my wefts, my closure, or when I'm sewing, I back stitch about 4 or 5 times just to make sure that it's secure. So however you do it is as you would normally do it is fine, but you want to make sure that it is as close to the hairline as possible, close to the hairline that's on the closure and all around. I keep saying hairline, but I figure that y'all know what I mean. And we're just going to backstitch that last part, and that's pretty much it. So if I pull up the last weft that I did, you can still see the excess lace. You can definitely go in and cut that out. I did not, because I mean, it doesn't matter. No one's going to pay attention to that. They're still going to love the wig. And then, I mean, that's pretty much it. Everything lines as normal. The cap is still flat. The closure is still flat. It is still a normal wig. It just has the excess lace.